Welcome back once again. FatGuyBuilds here, and we're going to do some brakes on this Colorado. We're going to do the rear brakes, and I'm going to show you everything step by step. Here's the part number for the rear rotors. Here's the part number for the rear pads. Grab a 7/8 socket, jack up the truck, remove the wheels. Pop the hood, take off the brake reservoir cap. I used a flathead screwdriver to pry slowly and compress the caliper. So now if we take a look at this, we have, check it, there's a bunch of slack and it's compressed as far as it'll compress right here. Use a 12mm socket to remove the caliper bolts. The caliper was not compressed enough for me to get it back on, so I used this cheap little C-clamp and slowly squeezed it in. Do not force it. If it's not going in easy, then you have a different problem. Now that you got the caliper off, pop the brake pads out. Use a T30 Torx bit to pull out the little screw that's holding the rotor down. Pull on this pin until it comes detached from this boot. You're going to have two pins. The one on the bottom has the little rubber ring, the one on the top has nothing. Now you're going to use an 18mm and you're going to remove the brake caliper bracket so that we can take the rotor off. They're 18mm, so just I'm using an old crappy torque wrench to break them loose, and then I use a good torque wrench to tighten them. Use a flathead screwdriver and pop out the old brake pad retaining clips. Press the new brake pad retaining clips into the bracket. Spray both sides of the brake rotor down with brake clean. Put it on, let it dry. Put the brake rotor retaining bolt back in with your T30 Torx. Put the caliper bracket back on, torque it to 70 foot-pounds. Then you're going to use some sort of ceramic high temperature brake style lubrication. So you're going to clean off this pin, re-lube it, and then just jam it back in the hole. When installing the brake pads, the one with the two nipples goes on the outside, the flush one goes on the inside. Put the 12mm bolts back in the caliper, and I just tighten them with a 3/8 ratchet. Don't go crazy on these. They're small and you don't want to break them. Start it, pump the brakes until the brakes are hard, and then you come back in here, put the cap back on. Don't forget to put the cap back on. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and checking out my videos. Hopefully I saved you a bunch of money. If I did, maybe you could throw me $1 a month on Patreon. Hey, I know I'm shilling myself, but just trying to get more videos out there for everybody. And you know, $1, that's 12 bucks a year. You know, that's like nothing. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and till next time, wrench on.